Now recording.
Hello.
Hiss.
I hate that voice.
Thank you. Thank you.
And now we're all set to do this. Let's go, guys.
What did I ever do to you?
Ready, James?
You know, I really
Shut
have
up,
to.
Craig.
I really have to stop doing this.
Really? Thank you. You're speaking my language.
Hey, you're welcome.
Well, boys and lady, it's time for us to go on our very first special ops mission.
All right.
Your job to secure the Metal Slug.
Whoa!
But Colonel, what is a metal slug?
Not that now.
Well, Snake, let me tell you, the Metal Slug is a series of video games created by SNK Playmore along with Nazca Corporation in 1996, with a sequel every 2 years.
And you may also remember SNK for giving us such incredible games as the freaking King of Fighters and Final Fury or Fatal Fury.
Fatal Fury. The game that Terry boys from.
By the way,
Yeah.
fun fact, I fucking love this game.
It is a rip-roaring and a half, high-octane adrenaline parody, pretty much a parody of Contra, I'd say.
Most people had, I was about to say, most people had Contra. I had Metal Slug.
Pretty
More or
much.
less.
I'll say right off the bat, I'm definitely impressed by the visuals in this. Like, all the animation's really smooth here.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Incredible sprite work.
That's all thanks to the fine chaps at Nazca, who, before this, they also made a game called In the Hunt for Irem, and it was basically a precursor to just how freaking detailed and fairly animated these games can be.
Well,
Oh yeah, fun fact.
this
Fun
game-
fact that also means. Fun fact. This
game is-
also means that there's gonna be a lot of slowdown.
Yeah, no, I
sometimes.
was about to
yeah.
say, this game is about a good 97% well animated. The other 3% is slow down. Also, here's our titular Metal Slug. It is just a tank.
Yep. But also, I should also mention real quick, going back to In the Hunt real quick, you can actually get that game now on Nintendo Switch for $8.
You can
Oh,
get,
yeah.
actually, you can also get this game.
Oh yeah, no. Most, if not all, the Metal Slugs are currently available on the Nintendo Switch as part of the Neo Geo Arcade Archive series, Hamster that has been making for a good number of years.
Crap! I actually
So,
hit
as
fire
far
and jump
as
at the
the-
same time. If you do that, you bail out and go kamikaze.
Blow up one tank to blow up another tank.
Also, Sandy,
as
how
far
are you
as-
doing?
Yes.
I'm doing okay. How are you guys?
Doing okay. Just blurring my eyes a little bit because it's starting to get a little obnoxious.
Okay,
Yeah, I guess I
that's-
should say. Yeah, but
Okay.
when enemies take up this much space on the screen and they flash every time a bullet hits them, yeah, it happens.
Actually,
Okay,
can you put a seizure warning just in case?
I'll probably put one at the very beginning just to be safe.
Yeah,
So I guess for context, real quick, I'm playing as Marco Rossi, the guy in the red jacket, while Logan, through the powers of Parsec, you know that thing we've been touting out for a good while now, is
Yes.
playing as a partner Tarma. Last name I completely forgot about.
Mission
Just
complete.
Tarma shades because of sunglasses.
Tarma with a slick pair of shades. That works very, very nice.
And we're currently in some non-distinct European country to just stop an army of bad guys.
By the
Go
way,
ahead,
guys,
Matt.
can I just say it's amazing seeing this prequel to Albert Wesker and Barry Burton's adventures.
But
I
Whisker
can
doesn't
kinda
have.
see it.
Whisker's not the one wearing the shades.
So I guess
Say he is. Actually, no, because red vests and shades.
Yeah, what's up, what's up, James?
All right, so I guess to go further into that, Marco and Tarma here are part of a group of soldiers known as the Paragon Falcons, I think. Or yeah, the Peregrine Falcons. My bad. That's kind of mucked up my words there. But we're part of the Peregrine Falcons, a group
you
of
missed the
soldiers
medal.
that are currently
fine.
trying to subdue the regular. What was the regular army? No. We're part of the regular army. My bad.
Yeah, we're part of the regular army.
We're
We're
trying to
all-
take
all
out the
here.
rebellion that is comprised of a fish and General. What's his name again? General.
I'm looking up now. General Donald Morden.
And his army of pathetic soldier rejects.
Yeah.
For me, I just call him General Totally Not Saddam Hussein.
Why not?
Yeah, but yeah,
make whatever parallels you will. Like, again, this game, if there's one thing that's to be said about this game, well, obviously it's comprised of it's a series of games, and it's weird for me to say, but the first one is the most that feels most within its roots of being, well, based around war times.
Yeah.
But then there's later games that brings aliens into the mix.
Oh, yeah.
There's a lot of wacky stuff. And then there was games like apparently the 5th one that completely did away with all the quirkiness.
Actually,
More or less, it just brought in paranormal shit entirely.
Actually, for me, basically, it feels like this series went from parody of Contra to just Contra.
Yeah, which defeats the purpose. Anyway, oh jeez. So yeah, that's basically what we were going into this, and the whole point of this was James trying to help introduce me to this co-op series because I'd only played it like rarely in arcades because this game's kind of an arcade. This game's kind of a token muncher.
It's a total quarter muncher. Well, either way, it's a total coin muncher. But
like Contra, you go down in one hit.
Oh yeah, no, like you're just about as fragile as all the pathetic soldiers that we come across. Just look at these guys; they're being such sneaky. They're such sneaky dick waffles.
Yeah.
So
and they just go down in one shot.
So who here would like to talk about their past with Metal Slug?
I mean, I guess I'll start. It's technically I guess out of all of us, I'm the one with the earliest recollection of this game or series in general because it all started around. Every once in a while, you may have heard me talk about this pizza joint called Porky's, and, well, that's where I went to go to for all my arcade pleasures, like Miss Pac-Man, Marvel vs. Capcom, and...
What's the name of this pizza place?
Porky's Pizza Palace.
That sounds like a parody of it. That sounds like something that would be in a movie, not an actual name.
Hey, it's a family, it's an easy to recognize name, like Chuck E. Cheese. Chuck E. Cheese sounds like it should be a parody of something, but it's not.
Fair point.
But yeah.
That's where I went to play all the good arcade niceties like Miss Pac-Man, Marvel vs. Capcom, this really typical dunk the basketball in the hoop sort of game, and
classic.
It's weird, and like in recent years, I remember they added in Donkey Kong of all things. But other than that, they also had a Neo Geo cabinet that had 4 games on them in it, and I believe one of those games was Metal Slug 3.
Huh. That's like one of the wackier
kind of
ones.
like my very soft start for the series. I wouldn't really start with the series proper until like when I started going into like Neo Geo emulation, and eventually the Metal Slug Anniversary Collection, which came out a good 14 years ago, as of this recording.
Dang.
Yeah, Metal Slug's been around for some time.
And yeah, as you're noticing, we're going to have free play on a lot, because otherwise we'll be here all day.
Oh, so, yeah, no, we would not survive on just, like, 4 quarters or whatnot.
Yeah, but yeah, so what we've been seeing here is, again, pretty nice fun. Like, this definitely is the kind of game that, like, it's not only is it functional, but it's absolutely, like, a spectacle. Like, this would absolutely get your attention in an arcade if you saw this. Oh, there's Morden now.
There's Morden. He's already bringing up the big guns.
But, just look at him.
I mean, you say Saddam Hussein, I just get like prototype. I just get like prototype Big Boss.
I can see that.
Or actually, no, Big Boss technically came before.
Yeah,
him,
Big Boss came out years before.
So I guess a parody of it then. But
yeah, exactly. He's a Big Boss parody.
Well, to be fair, this series is called Metal Slug.
I got caught.
This series is called Metal Slug, and it is actually, you know what? Let's just say this series is a parody of both Contra and Metal Gear, because it's called Metal Slug, but it is most certainly based off of Contra.
So I guess I'll say real quick before we go any further into a few other tangents, we actually have a bit of a plan as far as the Metal Slug series is concerned, because as of this recording, we've actually covered about three of the 6 or so games for the series, and they'll all be handled in slightly unique ways. For example, Metal Slug 2 will be handled again by Logan and I. We will also be covering its upgrade at Metal Slug X, which I actually got Seely's help from.
Yay!
Who plays Fio? Please tell me somebody plays Fio.
Mostly me, because Celia is an Eerie fan more than anything.
She absolutely likes Eerie. I guess I should say, because to finish up the first, not a Star New Tangent, but to finish up one that we almost got interrupted out of. Hype, do you have any experiences with Metal Slug?
Nine.
No.
Fair enough.
Does any? Well, so far for what you've seen, does any of this look like it intrigues you?
It definitely looks fun.
It's definitely like high octane action, and to be fair, away! Yeah, I should. Oh, hey, see? Sometimes you have to fall to ascend. But no, it's definitely the kind of.
Whatever you say, Tarmo. Buddy!
Oh no!
See, I told you.
See, it worked.
Oh, hey, you're right.
Anyway.
By the way, give me back my heavy machine gun, you jerk.
Sorry. I can't. I wish I could give it to you, but okay. So
Yeah,
someone
every time you game over and come right back, they automatically spawn a heavy machine gun. Which, speaking of which, that's another thing I love about this series is that just like the variety of guns in this game is pretty ridiculous. Like the
Rocky
typical one is
Mountain.
always the heavy machine gun, and that thing's always like a grand old time. You also
Nice.
have the
Okay,
flame
there
shot,
it
the
goes.
shotgun. Later games would also have like stuff like enemy drones and ballistics sort of things.
And then, of course, there is the Metal Slug.
Oh yeah, the Metal Slug, which comes in many varieties.
I thought you were about to say, because Logan was about to pick it up, I thought you were about to say, and of course there's a frog.
Oh god, the
But
frog.
it's not a tailed frog.
I was gonna say, look at the frog. What is that bird doing to that egg? Stop it!
He wants no responsibility over the kid.
I picked it up anyway.
Mama left it behind, and father was like, "Wait,
Mama!
I don't want the child ain't mine."
And I'm just throwing this out
Oh,
there in
actually,
case.
real quick, Logan. We're just about to come across one of my least favorite jerk-offs in the entire franchise.
Yeah,
we
this,
just
this
Googled
guy
that
gave,
guy.
This guy gave me.
Oh, jeez.
Actually, okay. Fun fact about my past with Hi Vulcan Raven. This
A
fun
machine
fact
gun
with,
man. Ow!
Fun fact with my past about this series. The first time I beat this game, I certainly played it when I was a kid, but the first time I ever beat it was actually when I was dating Heather. And she visited me, and we went to this arcade in.
Oh, there you go.
Nice.
Oh, wow.
He's dead forever.
She came and visited. She came and visited me in Bend, Oregon, where I was living, and there's this arcade there, which is like $5 an hour, but $20 to stay all day, and all the arcade machines are free. And we played this game there, and we beat it, and it is so much fun.
Nice. Oh, yeah, I
I'm
was gonna
sorry,
say.
it was just invade on a dinner party.
Sorry. Oh, so, okay. Two things off the top of my head. One is that, well, if Hype wants to join, let it be known that so far we've technically only covered half of the many games that Metal Slug has had.
I thought
Yeah.
you said you guys already recorded the ones that you could do via Parsec.
Well, the ones that we did the ones we could via Steam.
I mean, I'd say the good news is that we still have more Metal Slug games to cover with that feature. Bad news is we've covered all the best ones.
Okay, well, that might have been what I'm thinking of then.
At this point, so yeah, we've covered all the ones that are available via Steam. There are still ones like we played with Help of Dolphin and the Metal Slug Anthology Collection that was on the Wii, but yeah, so that would allow us to play 4 through 6. The problem is that it's 4 through 6. Oh jeez. Oh goodness.
I'll be sure to insert a Patrick scream there.
So Matt, what are your past experiences like with Metal Slug?
I
thought I already talked
literally
about
said it.
Well, you mentioned the thing with Heather, but you didn't mention if like
I think that was it.
Well,
that
yeah,
was your own. That was the only
to
time
be
you were
fair-
introduced to it.
To be fair, no, that's not how. To be fair, as a kid, there's a pizza place called Papa Murphy's.
Oh yeah,
that-
classic.
Oh yeah, no, I know.
Yeah,
Murphy's.
yeah, Papa Murphy's. Actually, no. It might have been.
Wait,
no,
Papa
never
Murphy's
mind,
actually
never
have
mind,
arcades?
never mind. It was Pizza Factory. Sorry.
Oh,
Pizza Factory,
okay.
go for it.
Because I was like, wait, what,
Yeah, no,
wait,
sorry.
Papa Murphy's has arcade units?
No.
I'd love to hear that.
Never mind. It was.
No, that's fine.
Yeah, it was Pizza Factory.
You take the little road. I'll take that. Never mind.
Whenever I went to, whenever I originally, I live in Idaho now, but whenever my family would visit our cabin up here, we'd always stop by this pizza place, Pizza Factory, and they would have arcade cabinets. And two of them was Marvel vs. Capcom 2, which I love playing, and then the
Cool.
other was Metal Slug. At least, well,
Which
Metal Slug 3.
First off, just looking at that, look at the detail on that sprite work on that Jeep.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, double damn.
It's
He went
nuts.
all out.
It should,
Yeah.
by the way, would you guys be surprised if I said this came out in like I want to say early or mid '96?
super,
Honestly,
like,
not
pre.
really. Not really. This seems
Oh.
like 96 sprite work.
I don't think
But-
that. See,
So, Seely, did you have any experiences with Metal Slug prior to all this?
I did not.
So, what have your thoughts been about it since we introduced you to it?
It's fun.
That's good.
Heck is all get at, I'm sure.
And
I mean, I never thought I would be excited over shooting some guys, but
well, then,
here I
well,
am.
they make it like all about the high energy and like they definitely play it for laughs unless you play solo.
Really
You
quick.
know, see,
Really
Yeah.
quick. Who did the snort there on the lab?
That was me.
Okay, that sounded like a loading gun for a second. Just...
Stand back! This noise is loaded.
Oh god.
Freeze, suckers! Don't make me use the other end.
Oh god, no!
Oh, I forgot.
Not the nukes.
Oh, there's a metal slug up there, but we don't know how to get up there.
I just realized, when Wario's stomach grumbles, that just means that he's reloading a second round.
Yeah, basically.
Oh god, and yeah, we tried. We don't know how to get
A
up there.
real
Metal slug.
warrior
Yeah, no,
always uses his assets.
Especially the ass part.
I can't take credit for that joke, by the way. I heard it in the Smash fan series.
Oh.
Yeah, no, Can we all just agree that we love these games? Anyways,
yeah, they're great games.
And
Fine.
see,
They definitely have a
please
lot to it.
Please finish what you were saying, please.
About shit. What was I saying? I lost
You
were
track
talking
of
about
what I
this
was saying.
game.
You never thought you'd enjoy the pleasure of shooting guys.
Oh yeah.
Now, and I was about to say, Sealy, wait till we eventually introduce you to Mega Man.
Well, we sort of
Well,
technically
the
did,
games,
or
I mean.
I sort
The
of
games, I
technically
mean,
did.
we know she's a big fan of the comics, and I mean, I can't blame her. That comic series was really good. Timber!
And I have been showing her some of our commentaries. Like, I think I showed her 7. I don't know if I showed her 8.
Show her
I don't think
2!
you did.
Show her 2!
I'll show her 2. Well, I wanted to start her
Was
off
my,
with, like,
was my gameplay that bad?
Well, no, my thing is I wanted to show her the earlier ones that we did, which were, like 7 and 8.
And, I mean, let's be fair here. We still plan on doing the Wily Wars at some point or another, and I think that would be a great starting point for her, even though they're, like, remakes of games we've already covered, for the most part.
I also tried showing her our Legends commentary, because I think she
Oh,
would really love those characters.
Otherwise, I guess I am curious, Sealy, have there been any commentaries that we've done that, like, are actually of games that, like, you're interested in wanting to, like, look into, or if you were provided the means you would want to try and play?
I can't think of any off the top of my head, but I'm sure there are a few.
I know we did, like, stuff, I know I was trying to get you into Metroid Prime.
Yeah.
I think you
I
mentioned
still
that you would...
have the game. I need to just fire up my GameCube.
Like, I know
Yeah.
you mentioned after we did Half Genie Hero, you said you wouldn't mind trying it sometime.
Oh yeah, I did say that.
And there was also, I know there was one game Mario and Sonic at the Tokyo 2020 Olympic Games. You said you wanted to,
Oh yeah, as a sports
You said you
game.
wanted that as a Christmas gift.
Oh yeah, that one too.
Right, because it's a sports game. And actually it's a pretty fun sports game.
Yeah.
Or yeah,
even though
Christmas.
from what I've heard the winter ones considered the better one.
Really?
I would say as far as, like the earlier Mario and Sonic games, then yeah, but, like, the later ones, not so much.
I think my favorite part about the winter ones was that they had those really elaborate ice skating performances. Like, there's one where there's an ice skating performance where Sonic and the gang fight against Perfect Chaos
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
on
amusing.
ice skates.
Sonic, what the heck is that supposed to be?
It's Sonic
A long
Adventure
story, don't
on.
ask.
I just love the idea that it's Sonic Adventure on ice. Da-da-da-da. It's like a wet
Mario,
time.
would you be surprised if I told you that's a mutated Chow? Not
Actually,
really,
I'm just
no.
thinking, like, you make that joke, Logan, and I'm just imagining, like, Sonic and Eggman, like, skating gracefully while you hear, like, a chorus
Oh,
going...
yeah. Oh, God, they brought 2 of them!
Ooh, jeez.
But just like they're
Power.
just skating across while you hear a graceful version of Can't hold on much longer.
It's like a big orchestra, but yeah, it's something, and I'm surprised Sonic. Okay, I know Video Games Live has done it, but I know Video
Oh,
Games
yeah,
Live
did
is.
we forget to
good.
mention that all the survivors that you free give you special goodies from their pants?
Yeah, you gotta hide it
Oh,
somewhere.
actually, well, we talk about Sonic. That's also another thing. Like, ever since Battle, and I kind of gotten it to an extent by showing her some comics, I know she got a little bit more of an appreciation for Sonic.
That's
That's
good.
true.
Well, because of all the comics and stuff we've been seeing, all the cool, fun stuff there's been. I'm still surprised nobody's ever tried to make a I'm surprised nobody's ever tried to make a Mega Man fan game that involves Quake.
I think a lot of it has to do with the fact that, like, well, first off, I do know when it comes to Mega Man fan games, they almost always stick with the NES aesthetic, which I get, but kind of bugs me in a sense.
I think the Super Nintendo ones were fine.
Would you say NES aesthetic?
Yeah. But no, I understand why they do that though, just because it's the the NES style for Mega Man is the most rich in terms of content.
And it's also the easiest to fiddle with.
I
Well,
guess,
yeah.
but it's like, real talk, I genuinely like the Super Nintendo Mega Man games.
Yeah,
the Super Nintendo and PlayStation, like those games, like honestly, those games I still think are nice, even if they aren't as like great as say like Mega Man 2.
But like,
or 9
but like
or
7
whatever.
had a lot of fun elements to it.
Yeah, like seven was fun, although the last boss notwithstanding, felt like it was one of the more casual Mega Man games.
That's it. I mean,
Oof.
it still introduced us to one of the more iconic Mega Man side characters.
Yeah,
True. Oh, that's right. Oh, that's right. That was the game that introduced
Bass.
and
Yes.
and treble.
Or if you live in Japan, Forte and Gospel.
yeah.
God.
What else?
Yeah,
Is
'cause
there?
that's
the
right,
fact
'cause
that
they
if
had
you
to-
take that into account, like the
But-
trouble boost you get in
Hold on.
like Mega Man Basic.
Look at these
Mega Man.
cars.
Hold on, I don't.
Yeah, they're being crushed.
Wait, by
Yeah.
the way, James, I'm not sure if you're lying to me, but is that the gospel truth?
And that's the gospel truth.
By the way, I love Hercules, but I fucking hate that song because it was such a lie. It's like, and that's the gospel truth. As a fan of Greek mythology, no, it's not.
Hey,
Well, though,
truth with
I
it-
think that's the joke though. Like the
Oh,
fact
I was
that
about to
when
say
you really
is
think
I-
about it,
Jeez,
what
recorders.
else sounds like gospel?
Well, I was about to say, I figured it was just like within the universe they're living in, it's the truth.
Yeah, fair point.
But yeah, no, we're literally laying seat.
Wow.
We're literally going through a freaking town that's under fire right
Ooh,
now.
noted. Yeah, this is where Morden's. All I know, the only name I have for them is that
letter got stuck up there.
the only name I know, the only name
that
I,
looks like the Smash invitation, actually.
the only name I know them, the
Da,
only
da,
name I
da,
know
da.
them,
Much.
the only name I know them by is that's why when I do a silly voice, that's how I get attention. The only name I know them by is they just call them Morden's Rebel Army because they're trying to
Yeah,
start
that-
a new world order.
Yeah, the Rebel Army, basically. And again, I'll just say it right now, I love the fact that they were designed to be the most pathetic-looking soldiers out there. Even
They're all,
though
look at it, the guy gets scared because of his own cannon.
it gets to a point, though, and it comes to like times like these where they just launch them all in droves.
I really have the idea that on the left and right there's just two giant slingshots, and they just keep flinging them out, just like go get him.
Boing, 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 boing.
And they're just like stop,
They're
change
just-
the channel.
They're just
Oh.
entering the stage the same way
Yeah.
Marvin does in Neck the
Change the
Arsenal.
channel.
Oh yeah,
my
we
God.
almost forgot to mention that too many of the soldiers latch on the Metal Slug, they can literally destroy it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
be careful, guys. Shake
They
them
can
off.
either destroy it
Roaches.
or they can hijack it. I forget which of the
Oh,
two.
ouch.
With these bare hands.
But yeah, what else was I gonna say? Hang on. Flap down.
Well,
Again, I love the survivors. Just the fact that, like, they,
Yeah.
like
Doggy.
the rebel soldiers, they're just such doofy looking or hobos.
yeah.
But yeah, one thing about Sonic is I'm surprised the Video Games Live, okay, maybe Video Games Live did do it, but I'm surprised. Ouch! I'm surprised that that Sega has never done their own like a big like concert of just Sonic music.
They technically, I do know they
did.
have like several albums.
No, they did a concert
Oh,
with
jeez.
Sonic music. It was called
I'm
the
sorry.
Tway-
Can I comment real quick on the fact that, like, for a moment there, like, the three survivors are literally just skipping left and right underneath the tank.
Yeah.
This is why they captured them because they're so trained. And yeah, what's
But yeah,
up,
Matt?
Matt?
what was
Wait,
it called,
real-
Matt?
Really quick. By the way, yes, they actually have done a Sonic concert. It is called the 20th Anniversary Concert, and it is absolutely fucking terrible.
Dude.
No, I thought it was the 25th birthday.
Yeah, it is like it is either the 20th or the 25th, but it is a
25th,
really
25th.
yeah, the
It should
25th.
be.
It is a really shitty celebration, though.
Yeah, that was the one that had that infamous tone in the background, wasn't it?
Yep.
Yes. The one that even Sonic Mania couldn't help but make fun of.
You know, since we're talking about that, I'm just trying to think of like we introduced her.
You know, because we're kind of getting bored of Metal Slug at this point.
you
No,
know,
it's
the-
fine. No,
It's
we're,
fine.
we're at
To
the,
be
we're at the
honest,
penultimate
like-
stage now, I believe.
Yeah,
Oh
we're
yeah,
at the
no, we're at the
penultimate-
final stage now.
Yeah, we're
Oh,
at
wow.
the
Sorry,
penultimate
I've been
stage,
quiet.
and
I just don't have
no,
much
you're
to
fine,
say.
sis. In fact, actually, sis, I'm actually going to involve you in this next conversation because, you know, we got her involved, we got her interested in Metal Slug, we got her interested in Mega Man and Sonic. Like, what other franchises do you think we can get her interested in? Like, I personally think she might get a kick out of some of the Crash characters.
Crash, I could see.
You know what?
I think.
You know what?
I think Spyro she could have fun with.
I want.
Yeah,
Yeah, she was there for Spyro
I
one.
see her getting more into Spyro than Crash.
I want to see her
I
get
agree.
into Resident Evil.
I don't know about Resident Evil because it doesn't play. Resident Evil doesn't play itself quite as tongue in cheek as this does.
Okay,
at
okay,
times.
okay. Here's the thing.
Whoa, he just
okay,
fell.
okay.
Here's the thing. Most
That guy literally just phased through the ground there.
By the
He
way,
did.
most Resident Evils. However, I would like to start her off with Resident Evil 4.
It's also
Why not remake?
there's some silly. I mean, okay, the freaking Napoleon guy notwithstanding, he's pretty silly. Everything else is pretty much
Raymond
played straight.
Salazar will always be my favorite villain in the entire series. Don't you dare badmouth Raymond Salazar.
I just so happen to be 20 years old.
I'm not saying that he's silly. I'm not saying that he's bad. I'm saying that he's not even like the big major bad. He's not even in the game for like half of it.
No, he's in the game more than the actual villain of that game.
He's not wrong.
This is a tall bridge.
Wait, we can't swim! Oh.
Oh, there's
I
a
still do.
but fortunately, our secret aqua boat.
But Austin Sadler's in the game for like 30 minutes at most.
I thought it wasn't even Sadler that was the villain. I thought it was Frazier or whatever his name
No,
is.
it's Sadler. Who are you? Where are you thinking of?
The
you
guy
thinking
from
of
Code Veronica. No, the guy from Code
Klaus.
Veronica.
You're thinking of Krauser, by the way.
Krauser, sorry.
No,
Frazier's from Seinfeld.
Krauser is just a mercenary that Sadler
Frasier's
hires.
from Seinfeld.
Yeah,
Yes.
No,
Frazier's from
not
Seinfeld.
from Seinfeld.
Krauser's the
Fra-
guy I'm thinking of who got the weird knife arm.
Frasier is from Cheers, but
Oh,
No, it just sounded like I
that
said
could be
that because
Cheers.
it sounded like he said Frasier's from Seinfeld.
I did, and I was a dumb. I forgot it was Cheers.
Frasier's
I,
from Cheers.
I think you've had. I know that clearly he's had too many tossed salads
Real-
and scrambled eggs.
I'm starting to realize real quick that our commentary is meshing very well with the on-screen action.
How
It's called.
so?
It's called as fun as it is. You can only talk about so much about Metal Slug
So
before
we're
it gets
so
repetitive.
we're blowing. Okay,
No,
so
I'm just making the joke that it's just as chaotic.
So yeah, we're just shooting stuff here. Next, I'm gonna probably shoot some other stuff. Marco, what are you planning on doing this weekend? We're gonna shoot some stuff. Cool.
But no,
I'm just
like,
gonna
I-
blow up this bridge here.
you know
Oh, that
what?
sounds like a good plan. Mind if I join in?
You know what? Here's
sure.
the thing. Here's what we're going to do. When we eventually do Resident Evil 4,
Oh, look at that 3D bridge.
never mind.
Okay, back
No,
to you.
when we eventually do,
When we eventually do Resident Evil 4, I would like Seeley to join us in the same episode that we introduced Raymond Salazar.
well, what
Okay.
episode's that? Well, how far into the game is that?
That's episode 2 of 3.
Yeah, that'd
Okay.
be episode. Yeah,
Oof.
yeah.
All those poor guys are falling into the water earlier. They're like, we can't
Oh,
swim.
don't worry, they'll be fine.
I also appreciate that they give at least one salute before they're like, okay, I'm out.
Yeah. You know, I think those same survivors that got dumped in the water, I think we'll end up saving them again in the third game.
By the way,
Oh,
did
yeah.
you insert the SpongeBob meme of I'm a head out?
What? I didn't know that.
And basically, it's a clip from. What's funny about the clip is that like it shows SpongeBob like getting up, even though the clip itself was of him like sitting down on something. But the face that SpongeBob has, where it's like he has like his eyes half closed.
I'm just going to
People
show
took
it.
him that still. Well, I want to explain it for them.
A monkey.
Like monkey. But anyway, people took that particular still of SpongeBob and made it to a meme where SpongeBob's basically like,
Okay, I'm out.
Here, I'll post it. I'll post it for you guys.
All right. Anyway, we're practically at the we're pretty much at the final portion of the game at this point. I love how that soldier's like, should I go there? Should I? Ah! Again, the first game is the most in tone with its warlike setting. Later games just go balls out with its with whatever it can get away with. So we'll probably have more to talk about then and there.
That'd be, but we're finally here. This is the final screen.
Right here, and just as soon as the big man pops up, here he is. Now let's shoot him down. Hopefully for the last time.
Morden. So that being said, I'm gonna look into some history about this game because I feel like we should actually probably talk about that a little bit more just to get some fun trivia going around here.
Oh yeah, no, there's a lot of trivia regarding the Metal Slug series. It's just a shame that it's mostly all like it's supplementary material than stuff that you actually find out through the games.
Oh, by the
themselves.
way, isn't there
Yeah.
a good and bad ending technically?
Kind of, sort of, but we'll get to that later.
So they described this as this is technically one of the first like big like this was technically hand drawn animation that they then
Oh,
it's kind of like
Digitized.
kind of like how with kind of like how with Mickey
Mickey Mania?
Yeah, kind of like with Mickey Mania, it would start off as hand-drawn animation that was then translated into sprite work.
That actually,
I mean-
okay, with how smooth this sprite work looks, that makes a lot of sense.
Pretty cool. What else here? It is...
Like, look at them shooting their guns. Even that's just, it's
Oh, yeah,
slight
just-
animation, but it's
And look at them
animation.
breathing. And look at them just breathing when
Yeah.
they're not shooting.
And
It
then
all
watches,
works.
and then watches the survivors. I mean, assuming you don't already interact with them, they just go all skippity doo whenever they're free.
Yeah. The game,
Skippity-dinky-dink-skippity-doo.
Hum diddly dee. A free man I may be.
apparently this game takes place 8 years from now.
What?
Yes,
This
it
is
does.
In the year
2028?
2028. Yep.
Hey,
Right in
I-
this
Future.
guide.
Hey, I can see this being 2028 more than Blade Runner being 2019.
Ouch.
More than Turtles in Time being 2020.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
That's...
Neon Knight Riders.
I forgot about that.
I still love
Let's
that,
see.
like, I don't know what was funnier, like me showing off Maki's Island animation or Leo trying to do an intervention with Donnie about Kingdom Hearts.
I think the intervention was a little funnier.
Oh, it was funnier, but I still
Oh,
love. I'm
one's
still.
down.
We did it! Morden!
I think he's dead.
Yeah, that's definitely dead.
Let me check. Oh. No, too late to
Let me
check.
check his pulse.
No prisoners.
I feel a pulse strong enough for 7 more games.
Oh, crap, it's plot
Final
armor.
mission complete.
Hold on really quick, let me check his pulse. I don't think he's alive, man.
That's not even check a pulse.
And then there's Morden. He dead.
He's dead.
Again, yeah, that's it. That's our mission. I won! I had the higher
Yay.
score.
Mission all over.
For now.
Again, this started off a huge, like, cult following,
Ooh.
and oh. Now.
And
Paper
so
airplane.
here's a little factoid for you all. For the longest time, I've only had the pleasure of playing this game by myself. And for those that are only able to play by themselves, this is the ending that you would get.
Desecration.
Kind of a downer end. I mean, I would say bittersweet more than anything, because the triumphant music still plays, and yet, well, the paper airplane flies throughout all the levels we went through, just all the
Paper
carnage that
planes.
happened.
I think you said it best. Like, the problem is that it was war still.
Yeah, exactly. Like, honestly, freaking Jim Carrey said it best.
War
Is hell.
Aw. But yeah, it's a mess.
I'll clean it up by the next game, I hope.
Hopefully. So, I know we're probably getting maybe a little bit ahead of things since you're going to. It's not until the later games that we'll be talking more about Seely's direct involvement in this. But Seely, what did you think about about your experiences with this game franchise so far?
It was fun. I'll give you that.
Okay, was it at all?
It was quite the experience.
I will say, as far as the bittersweet aspect is concerned, nature finally comes back to take its course.
Aw. Hiya, Jim.
Yay.
Hiya. Hiya, Jim. But yeah,
Hiya, Jim.
I hope he
Bomby
comes
boy.
back. Jim Bomby Boy.
I
But
forgot that was a thing.
but I'll just say like so.
Oh,
so-
actually, also
ahead.
a quick shout out to a random cameo here that actually has a bit of a background of her own if you decide to look it up.
let's see.
You'll find it on the bottom of the screen.
Okay.
Right there.
Oh.
Aw,
Oh
She
no.
lost a relative in the war,
poor thing.
Aw.
and that's the only time she ever appeared in the series.
Oh, cool. Wow. Okay.
Is she based on a real life
Damn.
person?
She might be.
I don't know.
But yeah, that's literally where the credits end.
But yes. Another thing, Celia, is did you find the game? Actually, no. I think I'll wait. Sorry, I'll wait till the next because this is not the only credits.
He was about to ask you about experiences, but he thinks he'll wait till the next game since that's the
No,
one.
no,
you
not
did
next game.
record.
No, it's just because there's still one more set of credits. Technically, you'll see.
Yeah, that's again. This is the ending you get if you're playing solo, and again, like it's a pretty powerful ending, but goddamn, does it kind of hit you real hard.
The letter goes off
Once
to the
again,
stars.
war
Oh,
is hell.
But yeah, that's pretty much what happened. But since it was Logan and I that was playing for this recording, this is the ending we ended up getting.
this is the co-op ending, also known as possibly the true ending.
Another paper plane.
The true ending is that everyone's still okay.
Yeah, Morden's army is still active, still breathing, and still having a gay old time.
So you hear that, people? It's only the good ending if you have a buddy playing with you. So
And
get
they're
a friend, you
relaxing.
loser.
Hiya, and they're having A rip-roaring
Hey,
time.
Honestly, there are a lot of games out there that are much better with co-op, especially when there are games where you can.
Oh, hey, Kitty.
Kitty.
There are games where
Oh,
you.
Kitty!
Oh,
Oh, he's okay.
Oh, that's close.
He's okay.
Oh, okay.
And
He's okay.
let's talk about those games
Whoa.
where you can totally only beat it in co-op. Resident Evil 5.
Or in my case, because I'm excited we'll be able to do this eventually, Castle Crashers.
Oh,
Ooh,
yeah.
Castle Crashers.
We can't wait to get to that. But yeah, so he said, yeah, I remember James was very shocked. He's like, what is with all this peppy jiving music?
What is this anime ending I'm watching right now?
What is the Symphony of the Night?
Da-da-da-da.
And then you remember SNK.
Look at him
Yeah.
dancing.
The dancing to the poor kid there is just like, stop that infernal dancing,
But
please."
yeah, I was gonna ask Seely. They're all
my
dancing.
Look at
Oh
him
my gosh, it's
strutting
a
about.
dance craze.
I love
It's
it.
infecting our entire culture.
Hey, you can't tell me the way I use my look.
But yeah, Celia, I was gonna say, going into this series pretty much blind, like from the very start, was it all? Did it all have like a high?
Where's my pitch?
Oh God, you're right. Did it have?
Oh.
Did
Oh crap! You're right.
did you think it had like a high difficulty, like a high like entry, like barrier of entry? Like, was it tricky to pick up, or how well did it
A
get?
little bit. It took me a while to get the hang of the controls and jumping and everything, but once I eventually got it, it was fun.
Okay. And yeah, best
I mean,
basic.
granted, I'm still not that good at the game, but
It's there.
I guess I'm
Morden.
decent at it.
Oh.
Oh,
Oh, boop.
Morden is still alive.
Wait,
Yep. and it's with that he gets some hope in his heart that his soldiers are still out there, willing to help him try to rule the world in the sequels.
One day.
My dream of conquering the world will eventually come true.
Oh, and look, the stars
Dang.
make a little metal slug kind of. I think it's a metal slug shape. I don't know.
No,
Kinda.
those stars are just being stars.
Yeah,
Oh.
they're the stars in the sky.
Hey, what? Game over. Peace forever.
Peace forever.
Until the
Hopefully.
sequel. But the other thing I was going to ask was, I know there's going to be something else to say, but yeah, my recommendation from my experiences so far, and we'll definitely get more in the other games, play this game on free play.
Yes.
This game-
Otherwise, you will waste a lot of money.
Yeah, definitely. And
If
even then, this game is so much fun. I love it.
it is.
Hmm.
And again, you could practically play it on just about everything now, on PS4, on Nintendo Switch, on PC. Actually, that's another thing regarding the funny thing. This PC version that Logan and I were playing was actually I think it was like it was outsourced to another company. I'm trying to remember the name of them exactly. .me was the one that published it. I
Right.
can't remember the exact name of the people that did the whole conversion thing, but they were the ones that released the game on Steam. And I'd say for what they're worth, they're not bad as far as emulation is concerned. But I guess nowadays it probably would be better to just get the arcade archives version on consoles.
Yeah.
But on that note, that's it for our commentary on the first Metal Slug. Stay tuned for the sequel, When Aliens Come to Play.
What?
And mummies.
Ooh. Bye bye.
I'm sorry, who what now?